Hi, this is Paul. I'm going to be reading out of the book about Alcoholics Anonymous. Many of you don't know that I had a problem when I was younger with my consumption of alcohol because I thought I was like I could drink and have fun and enjoy drinking, and then I would never have a problem as a result of drinking. So I believed that sure, I'd get drunk very once in a while. I'd get drunk and maybe I would throw up and get sick, and that was okay. A lot of the times, when I was growing up, it was a contest between young men to be able to drink and have a good time, and the person that could it was a thin line. Well, for me, I didn't know it at the time, but I had a problem with it. And people kind of hinted that. People in my family hinted to me that, hey, you know what? Why can't you just have one or two beers? Why can't you just have one glass of wine and not keep drinking? Why do you have to keep drinking until you're drunk? You know, that's not normal. You probably have a problem that you once you have a small drink or a little bit of a drink, then you keep going at it. You keep wanting more and more and more until you're getting either drunk and sick. And to me, it was like my friends, the people that I knew, they would get together and intentionally get drunk because it was fun and it was a way to just escape boredom, and it was something to do in a group of people to drink and go out and drink, and but I paid the price later on in my adulthood as a result of that, and I'll get into that later. The problem is that the people that are alcoholics, that are allergic to alcohol, they can't control themselves. They don't want to admit that they don't have a problem with alcohol. And they don't want to admit that, okay, that they're different. They they would rather try to be like everyone else and be in the group, go to bars, go to parties, drink, go out and have one or two drinks, and they think they can control themselves, and they don't. And this will eventually lead to passing out, fits of violence, or losing their temper, losing control over themselves, not missing their work, not being irresponsible. Um, and the idea that they somehow will be able to control their drinking is their obsession. They obsess with, they think they have it under control. And what happens is it gets out of control. And this persistence of this illusion it's astonishing, okay? And there's a lot of people that will die or go crazy, they'll end up in jail, they'll get sick, they'll lose their jobs, they'll get divorced, or they'll die or go insane from this. They don't stop drinking. Okay. Now, the people that were drunks that came to the realization that they had a problem with using alcohol and admitting that they had a problem with it, they had to completely admit to themselves that they can't drink alcohol. There's no room for it in their person that they can put it inside of their body. They have to completely, totally submit to the idea that they are completely allergic to this substance. And then realizing that, that's the first thing that needs to happen for somebody to get better. They have to they have to come clean with the fact that, I'll be able, not that, I'll be able to have a drink one day. They have to get that out of their head. You have to completely remove that from, you can never drink again, not even a little bit of wine or beer or any alcohol at all whatsoever. You have to completely realize that these people, they are allergic to the drink. Okay, the people that have acknowledged that fact of themselves, the men and women, they've lost the ability to control their drinking, regulate their drinking, behave normally when they're drinking, act like everyone else that has no problem with drinking, be able to have one or two drinks once in a while. They can't do that. all of this felt, they were gaining control. When they stopped for a while and then they had one or two drinks and they got out of control again, it was always a short time and then it got out of hand quickly after that. Now, being convinced that we, people that are allergic to alcohol, are in the grip of a progressive illness, over any length of time, they're going to get worse and never better, because they don't acknowledge the fact that they cannot drink any alcohol at all whatsoever. Okay, they're like people that have lost their legs or arms. You can't grow a new one back. Once it's, you know you're there, you can't never go back to being a normal person again. There's no cure for all of a sudden, well, I'll be able to drink someday. The doctor will give me a pill, or I'll be able to go to a place and I'll dry out and then I'll come out and I'll be fine, because they'll hypnotize me to make me believe that I can have one or two drinks and be fine, or I can get drunk at a party once in a while and be okay, or get drunk when my dog died, or I've lost a job, or I've won a contest, or whatever reason to drink there was there to drink. You can't escape from the fact that you have a physical problem with alcohol in your body. Okay, they've tried remedies, they've tried recovery, and it's always a relapse happens because they don't admit to themselves they have a problem with the alcohol in their body. So science could one day accomplish this, but it hasn't done so yet. And this is what we believe. The people that are alcoholics should believe this. Okay, despite all they can say, there have been many people that have had a problem with alcohol, and they're not going to believe they are in that class. They are a part of that. They're going to try to deceive themselves in every possible way to try to believe that they aren't allergic to alcohol. Okay? If somebody loses control over their behavior when they're drinking alcohol or from drinking alcohol, and they can all of a sudden change their life and drink like a gentleman and not have a problem with it, hey, more power to you. That's great. I'm happy for you. You are able to control your drinking. You had a bout, you had a bad, you had a rough patch in your life, and you got drunk, or you got drunk once or twice, and you got over it, and now you're okay, and you can drink once in a while and not have anything bad happen to you, not lose control over yourself and your behavior. From that, I'm that's great. More power to you. I salute you. Okay. Now the people that are may or may not, they think, oh, maybe I'm not, maybe I am an alcoholic. Here is this. There's what we've tried. The people that had a problem. They've tried drinking only beer. They've tried limiting the number of the drinks they've had. They've tried never drinking alone. They've tried never drinking in the morning. They've never drinking only at home. Never drinking in the house. Never drinking during their work time. When they drank only at parties. They've tried switching different alcoholic brands, different alcoholic concentrated brands. They've tried leaving home. They've tried staying away from home. They've tried going away. They've tried doing a lot of physical exercise. They've tried getting counseling. They've tried reading and everything. But that didn't work. The only thing that would work was that, guess what? You're allergic. You realize you're allergic to this alcohol substance, and you have to realize that you can't drink anymore. Not even one drink, not even a little bit of drinking. And if you're in the area and you have to force yourself to not be around people that drink, so don't be around people that drink. If you're associating with people that are drinking, let them drink, but it's better for you to avoid those people if you can, at all possible. Okay. We don't like to say that any person is an alcoholic, but you can, as a person, you can diagnose your own self whether or not you're alcoholic. Okay. go buy a bottle of wine, or go get a six-pack of beer, or go get a fifth of whatever, and start drinking, and try to stop drinking. Try to just have one little small drink and put the bottle away and put it on in your cabinet for a week or a month or 3 months, and not drink for that amount of time, and then have a small drink and see if you can do that. Okay, try it. Okay, try it more than once. It won't take very long to decide, hey, I have a problem with this. And it may be the worst, and it may be okay, maybe it might be worth getting a bad hangover over it, and then finding out, hey, you have a problem with it. There's no other way of proving it. We believe that early in our drinking pattern that we could have just stopped drinking. But the difficulty is that the people that have a problem with drinking, they don't have enough willpower to be able to stop. Okay? There's been a few times when people have showed definite signs that they are alcoholic. They were able to stop for a long period of time because of their, like, they had a really commitment to a job, or they had a real strong fear that something bad happened. Maybe they were arrested, or they ended up in the hospital. Okay, there was a story here about a guy that started drinking. He was nervous in the morning. He was ambitious to succeed in business. He saw that he would go nowhere if he drank at all. Okay, made up his mind he wouldn't drink, he would be successful in business. And then he retired. Until he retired, he wouldn't touch a drop. Okay, exceptionally, he remained bone dry for 25 years and retired at the age of 55 after a successful and happy business career. He fell victim to the belief, which practically every person with the inability to control their alcohol intake has. After a long period of sobriety, self-discipline qualified him to drink. He could drink. Hey, I can drink now. I'll be able to handle it. So he put his carpet slippers on, he had a bottle, he ended up, months later he was in the hospital, puzzled, humiliated. Okay, he tried to regulate his drinking for a while, making several trips to the hospital meantime. Then gathering all his forces, he attempted to stop altogether and found he could not. Every means of solving this problem, which money could buy, was at his disposal. Every attempt failed. Though a robust man in retirement, he went to pieces quickly and was dead within 4 years. Okay. Think about it. Thank you. Bye.